honor Shawnee Mission. I'm Sarah O'Leary.
And I'm Julia Peterson. Students in the Shawnee Mission East attendance area have had a busy spring semester ranging from musicals to art fairs to guest speakers.
Our first story focuses on the youngest group of students, the kindergartners at Belinder Elementary and their annual music festival.
Belinder Elementary held their annual kindergarten music program. We sat down with the teacher behind it all, Miss Brody, to find out a little more about the program.
We had 75 kindergartners. Some of the songs we didn't start till maybe 6 weeks ago. Others we've done earlier in the year. And I love teaching the kids a variety of music. Some that, like I say, are not just from today, but good traditional American songs. And I pick out the children who carry a tune the best and have them do the introductory part. Then we also do a lot of fun songs and songs where they're doing some moving, like these kindergartners did. I've been working on the railroad. So we had some railroad workers who were pounding the spikes into the rails, and we had some other children playing instruments to make the sound effects of the pounding. So it's just really precious to see.
We also got a chance to talk to some of the kindergarten students that performed in the show.
I went up to do I've been working on the railroad, and then I would pretend like I had a big hammer.
For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Michael Kraske alongside Gabe Snyder and Josh Silva.
Belinder students aren't the only ones getting the opportunity to have fun singing and dancing.
Students at Corinth Elementary have been busy getting ready for their spring musical production of At the Bandstand.
Every year, 5th graders at Corinth Elementary showcase their musical talents by participating in a musical for the rest of the school. This year's show is At the Bandstand.
It's a little bit like Hairspray, where the lead girl dancer is out with a broken leg and needs to be replaced with a dance-off with a new partner for Johnny. It gives a lot of students some time on stage to be performers. It's a great group activity together, to work together as a class, and overall just a good time.
I love these musicals for these kids. To see kids that usually don't talk, are kind of quiet and shy, get up there and have a main part on the stage is just fabulous. So I'm a huge proponent. I think it's a great opportunity for the kids.
My favorite part is watching some students who may not have been, out and out performers in my classroom, but then when they get up on stage, you're just very surprised with what they can do.
Watching some of the boys get up there and dance, because they have been hilarious.
For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Quincy Bear with Grace Jones.
It's great that every 5th grader gets to participate in one production. Julia and I spent the morning at Tomahawk Elementary for the Grandparents' Tea event.
Tomahawk students brought their grandparents to school to show off their artwork and spend some extra time together.
This March, the children of Tomahawk Elementary were invited to participate in the Grandparents and Goodies event.
Our event this morning is Grandparents and Goodies, which is about getting the community as well as our extended relatives into the building so that they can see all the great artwork.
This event gave the grandparents an inside look on what their grandchildren were doing at school.
We have grandparents coming in with their grandchildren, and they check in here, and then they go inside, they get their donuts, and then they're cinnamon rolls from the district. And they sit down at the tables, and they kind of socialize with neighbors or the kids' friends and stuff like that.
After the breakfast, the grandparents and students looked at the art and then went to the book fair.
We're having a book fair for a fundraiser to raise money for books for the library. So we have a lot of students here at Tomahawk that are here with their grandparents, and they are having goodies in the cafeteria. Then they are bringing their grandparents in to buy books and things for themselves to read.
We asked some students and grandparents what their favorite part about their day was.
An opportunity for me to
come and spend some time with him at his school and see what he was doing in his classroom and go to the book fair and just have some one-on-one time.
Seeing my friends and meeting their grandparents too.
Looking at some art that she has on the wall.
Tomahawk students look forward to many upcoming school events.
We also do Moms and Muffins and Dads and Donuts at other points in the year, as well as a variety of other community events like our big carnival that's coming up in May.
From Counter Shawnee Mission, I'm Sarah Allegri with Julia Peterson.
We had a great time at the Grandparents' Tea, but let's take a break from inside the classroom and see what's going on outside.
Landscape Cleanup Day is a beautiful activity for students, parents, and teachers to work together to keep our schools looking beautiful. Students at Briarwood Elementary spent Saturday morning cleaning up.
Students at Briarwood Elementary participated in the annual spring cleaning of the landscape in front of the school. The children raked leaves and mulch as well as helping their parents tidy up the bushes and plants along the front courtyard.
Everyone that comes through Briarwood sees the front of the building, and it gives a sense of school pride for the landscaping to look nice. It's also really important for the first graders. They do a butterfly project where they grow monarchs from eggs, and so they need the Asclepias, the butterfly weed, which is what the monarch butterflies eat. So we have the butterfly garden over there to nurture those plants and as a teaching opportunity for the first grade teachers.
Landscape Cleanup Day is also a great way to get the students involved in community service and to make a difference at their school.
I just like to see my friends and clean up because I think it's nice to the school that we're cleaning up.
I like where you clean up the leaves and all that stuff. But mostly I like it probably because it's helping the environment and stuff like that.
It's one of those things where you get into it or you get out of it what you put into it. So the harder you work at it, the greater the rewards.
For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Will Hembry.
It's great that students found a way to help the environment as well as keep Briarwood looking good.
Will Hembry brings us our next story from Indian Hills Middle School. Students are really embracing middle school sports, and Will spent time with the volleyball players.
Students at Indian Hills Middle School are gearing up for the end of their spring volleyball season. With hours of practice logged, the players are feeling great about their upcoming final game.
We won last time, and I think we've still been improving our skills, so I believe we'll do a good job.
We worked really hard all year, and we're going to play this team for the second time, so I think we're going to do pretty good.
Volleyball is definitely harder than it looks. Considering the amount of effort these girls put in this season, it's no doubt that they've run into challenges along the way.
The most difficult part about volleyball is working together and trying to know where the ball's going.
Communicating with other people and trying to get other people to get into the game as well.
The addition of middle school sports builds teamwork and cooperation skills while getting a good workout. For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Will Hembry.
Good luck to our volleyball team as they finish out their season. Our next story takes place back inside the building at Prairie Elementary.
The annual second grade hat parade is underway this year, and the hats are even better than ever. Lizzie Hall brings us the story.
Hats are normally banned in the classroom, except during the hat parade at Prairie Elementary, where students design and present unique hats representing countries around the world.
The hat parade's a tradition at Prairie. It's been going on for, I would believe, at least 15 years, and something that the kids enjoy and generations over and over look forward to. It teaches them about their countries, so it works into their curriculum, and it gives them a chance to perform in front of people.
Shalom, hello to all the children of the world.
We learn about all different countries and traditions, and the kids really enjoy it. They enjoy bringing in their hats. Every year they're different and unique. They make them at home with a parent, and they're always very special. We also sing songs across the world, and we change the songs each year. It helps them understand that it's not just, we're here in Kansas, but we're across the world, and that children are alike no matter where. And it's just, it's interesting to learn about different countries too. And I think they really have learned a lot.
I got a chance to ask some of the kids what country they're representing.
South Africa, because my dad's from South Africa. These are some beads that they sometimes make friendship bracelets with, and there's like the state fish on it. We talk about 3 facts about our country. We get to do it in front of people, and we worked really hard and stuff, so it's kind of fun to be able to make the projects.
For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Lizzie Hall.
There are certainly a lot of creative students in our elementary schools. Westwood View students showed off their creativity during the art fair.
Matt Bruyere and Nick Mariani stopped by the art fair to check it out.
The art fair at Westwood View Elementary is a fun event where students get to show off the work they did in art class during the school year. We got to talk to some parents about the art fair.
I think mostly it's just fun for them to actually see their work being displayed and to show it off, just to be able to show it off to people and see it up on the wall.
Well, I've got 3 kids here, so it's fun seeing what they've done during the school year, and I love studying art, so it's kind of fun to see what creativity comes out of my kids and that I don't necessarily see at home.
The best thing about the art fair is just seeing other children's work and running into friends that you don't see all the time, and it's springtime, so everybody's out.
The 6th grade wizards, they're supposed to do wizards every single year, and usually they had someone come in and do the wizards, but I decided this year to do it myself, just for financial reasons and just because I wanted to try it myself, and so we just did it ourselves, and I just kind of made it up and went with it, and they turned out great and they loved it.
Then we asked some students about the art fair.
I enjoy being able to present and contribute art to it because I like seeing other people's work and I like seeing mine. I just love art. It's my favorite subject, and yeah. My favorite project probably was the clay creatures. I think the monsters 3rd grade did. That was a lot of fun. Clay creature, and I just wanted to make it so he has an onion ring in his mouth.
For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Matthew Bruyere with Nick Mariani.
Our last 2 stories are about the creative art of writing and presenting poetry. Elementary students at Highlands had the unique opportunity to present their original poems in front of an audience.
The audience included a published author who also read some of his own work.
This April, 4th graders participated in the Author's Tea, where they presented their poems that they had worked on all year.
So we have a group of 4th graders here who started the writing process and learned how to write a variety of different poems. And as they wrote the poems, they went through the editing process.
During this year-long project, they learned the writing and editing process.
Well, first we wrote the poems and we had no clue what they were for, and then we drew the pictures, and then we went downstairs into the computer lab and edited all the stories once they were put in, and then they got put into books.
At the Author's Tea, the attendees got to listen to a Kansas City Star columnist and author talk about the writing process and the work that goes into publishing a book.
Writing instead is rewriting, writing again, writing it once and then correcting it, and then going over it again and making more fixes.
We asked participants what their favorite part of the event was.
I like that all the parents are here to watch.
My poem Taco Tuesday was mainly written because I really like food.
For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Julia Peterson with Sarah Allegri.
Poetry is a big part of many students' lives because it gives them an opportunity to express themselves and write about things they care about.
At Shawnee Mission East, students also presented their original poems at the highly competitive and highly entertaining Poetry Slam.
During lunch in the library, students at Shawnee Mission East listened to their peers during the annual slam poetry competition.
I'd like to say a few words, or maybe a few lines. Greetings, friends, or should I say fam. I'd like to welcome you all to the Poetry Slam.
My job is to basically introduce our slammers, create a good mood, and basically make this as fun of and successful event as it can be.
defend us. There's a mutual trust.
I came and I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised by how good it was, especially since it's all original poetry.
There is no limit on what they can write about. The winner of the slam moves on to the district competition in May. Many students wrote poems last minute.
Or am I already grown?
It was kind of on-the-fly decision. I wrote it last night, and it's not something I've ever done before, but it was really fun. It was really nerve-wracking, but I'm still shaking a little, but it was definitely all worth it.
Wait to eat my perfectly crafted, warm gyro.
That was nice. One more. Come on.
And I was happy to see that several of my students were here, and they all did an excellent job. One of my favorites was Kylie Ledford's poem. She wrote about the difficulties in being a teenager and parents thinking you're grown up, but then saying you're too young. And so all the contestants did a great job and had excellent entries, and it was really fun to judge.
And slam poetry gives students a chance to express their feelings, express their thoughts in front of their peers. We did it a little differently this year by having it at lunchtime so that we'd have more of a crowd. Typically we've done it after school, and there's so many activities that a lot of kids aren't able to come.
For Encounter Shawnee Mission, I'm Annie Savage with Catherine Sabates.
Snaps for poetry, and let's get some applause before we welcome our first slammer in.
Congratulations to everyone who competed in the Poetry Slam. We are rooting for the Lancers at the district competition. Thanks for watching this edition of Encounter Shawnee Mission. I'm Julia Peterson.
And I'm Sarah Allegri.